Okay, there's only two things I'd like to point out. So the first one is during your takeaway. At this point, right here, when the shaft is about parallel to the ground, you can see it's pretty far behind your hands, to the left of your hands from this angle. Usually you want it around your hands, kind of in that area. Another way to think of it is right now it's pointing, the shaft is kind of pointing to the right, and it should be kind of pointed down the target line. So let me compare you. Here's Ricky Fowler. You can see the club, right around his hands. If you were to look down the shaft, which we kind of are looking down the shaft, it kind of points straight at the target. Here's Victor Hovland. You can see same deal, the club. Just to compare you, your club head at this point is way over here. His is right at the hands. Now the big thing to note here is this space between his arm and his body, because you guys both have this like triangle, which is good, and you would see in most pros. But you see there's no daylight here between your arm and your body, and there is for him. The best way to describe this is that during the golf swing, the arms move away from your body as if, let's say, your arms were trying to swing a hammer, and the hammer is the golf club. You would kind of swing them up and down, right? Up and down. And this motion does happen during the golf swing. Like your body, your hands should be going away and then down. It's just, you're also twisting. This is sometimes called the illusion of the golf swing, is that it feels like the golf swing is just, going backwards and around your body. But at the same time, your arms are going away from your body, like this way. It's just, it ends up looking like it's going this way because your body's twisting it. If that makes sense. There's a lot of videos about this on YouTube. So that's how I would fix this problem right here. Is I would just start by moving the arms a little away from your body. You can think of it of like taking away more this way. Like there's a drill where you put another ball like right behind your ball, and the back of your club hits that ball and rolls it backwards. There's a lot of weird drills like that you could do. I'm sure you can find more online. Just for my takeaway is too shallow. But the big thing you want to see is a little bit of daylight there between your arm and the club. Sorry, your arm and your body. The other thing is you have like pretty much no wrist set. So what that means is, like if you look when your arms are parallel here, the club is pretty much pointed behind you, like towards the camera. And some people will have a very little amount of wrist flex there, which is what you have. But then they'll do it more up here. You don't do it at all. You kind of keep that angle the whole time. So let me show you some pros. Okay, I'm already on Victor Hovland, so I'll just show you. It's easier to see from the front. You can see that when his arm is parallel to the ground versus yours, you see how much more angle he's got. And then as he comes up, he adds even more, to it. Your backswing hardly ever gets past like, straight up and down. Like here's Brooks Koepka. He doesn't set his wrist a whole ton. You can see here at the arm's parallel position, when the arm is parallel to the ground, it's not super bent. It's more than yours. Yours is like probably the equivalent of like that. But as he goes up, then he does bend it. You see how much more bend there is there. So you don't necessarily need to have all of this wrist. It's called setting your wrist if you want to look up drills for it. You don't necessarily need to have a ton right here. I think you could have more than you do, but you definitely want to have more at the top. And a lot of the power in the swing, it sounds silly because you think of the body and the bigger parts, the bigger muscles. The wrists kind of flicking is a big part of where you get speed in the golf swing. So, I mean, I would even start here. I can't see it from the front, but even here you could already start having a little bit of, wrists turning, turning the club. While the arm body thing's happening, all these things are all happening at once. But by the time you're at the top, you should definitely have maybe the club like that, Doesn't need to be all the way flat or anything, and then obviously that gets undone on the way down, and that's you generate power that way.